Welcome friends to a new chess analysis video in my Road to Class A series. I just played round 2 against Ben Kearns and picked up a second win, so I am now 2-0 in this particular tournament. This is round 3 of the Spring Swiss and my final round because I took a final round bye. So this will be the last game that I will have caught up in my game analysis and been able to present these to you. So now I'm going to be building those games up again as I release these. So if you are caught up and have seen all of these, you know now that I am all the way caught up to June time, and I'm starting new games. But hopefully I will stay up to speed on all of those and we will continue on further. All right, round 3, I am playing Jim Coons. I've played him before. He's 1724, and right now I am sitting at 1651. So knowing that this is a pretty critical game for me, I have not beat Jim Coons in many years. I think I beat him a long time ago. Many years ago, maybe a decade ago. I can't remember, but I don't have a very good score against Jim. So this is a critical game for me. I'm thinking, okay, now I'm really going to test my skills here, and it's time to go. So let's see how we do. I'm hoping for a win here, but let's see how it goes. I played e4. I get an e5, and I thought, okay, we get to play Evans Gambit. All right. So yes, I've started playing the Evans Gambit. We've seen a few of these before. There's another person at the club that plays into the Evans Gambit, and that is Shravan, the young man that I've played before. But Jim really understands and knows the theory, so I know that this is going to be a test. I said theory, and my phone thought I said Siri. That's funny. Hopefully it doesn't go off again. Okay. This is all theory at this point. And he played bishop to e7. Now, I should have played d4 here. That is the theory. I forgot the theory. And I should have played this. This was a game by Kasparov Anand. And I just didn't know it because I'm not studying openings anymore. I know some of the theory, but I don't know all of it. So yeah, this is a this is a change for me. Usually I would know the theory pretty deep, and then in the middle game I would totally throw it all away with poor middle game play and lack of understanding and calculation. But I have switched my ways to only working on tactics and calculation, to where I walked away from doing that, and I thought, well, it's a safer move to play castles. Now, d4 is the move to play, and I just totally forgot. And if I look at the position right here, d4 is definitely the move to play. That's okay, though. I've made a mistake, and I played it a little bit slower than I should. I should have attacked the center right away. Castles, and now I played d4. So I essentially get what I want, just in the wrong move order. Takes, and I thought about just taking here, this move, and getting this nice super strong center, and then I can play for one of these moves. And I thought maybe this was probably a better way to go. Maybe not. But I saw this and said, okay, I think this is going to be better. Let's do this. I'm going to get a chance to push his knight back. Mainly because there's a bunch of tactics here. If he comes forward, and he can't come here because of this, and he can't come here, that would just be silly, because then I can take and then take here. So there's all these different types of things. So he came back, and then I took. And at this point, I'm happy with my center, and this is really good. And I expected this move. So I thought, well, I'm just going to bring my bishop back, and we'll play for it. Now, I did seriously consider, you see all these moves here. There's a lot going on. he can take. Okay, let's get rid of all that paint. So I did consider giving up the exchange here. His rook is trapped. And I can get the exchange back quickly if I give it up, because I always have this and then I can get it back. So I did consider it. I didn't do that. Instead, I decided to be a little bit more active by playing rook to e3. I probably could have played queen to d3, which was my alternative. And this is what I wanted to do. And here's kind of where my ideas are. Now I probably would be better off going this way because he can block with the knight. It's probably not enough. I think it's a good... I'm glad I didn't try this because this doesn't look as good to me. Now this particular move does. So this one's probably better than this one because where the knight is. And I can get the exchange back. And I think that's okay. But I did like this, and I do get something that I want, which is a concession by him having to move a pawn in front of his king. To me, I like that. So instead I played rook to e3. I still have some ideas of these types of things. I can't do them right away, but he made a mistake here. He should have probably played knight to a5 going after my bishop, but he did not. It makes sense. It's a logical move. And I played knight to c3, bishop takes c3, rook takes c3, and knight to a5, which I expected all of this. And here I played, it's a blunder, because now I just squandered my advantage. The move that it wanted me to play, whoops, knight to a5, was bishop to a3, just going after the rook. And here I was pretty good about getting my pawn back. I thought this was nice because we get this, and now I get this knight back. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm pretty good. I think this was a pretty good way of getting my pawn back with strong center, and you know, there was tactics. Now this is probably the better way to go, just going after the rook right away, because if I don't, he can get it out, and we get a game like this, which would be interesting. I didn't see that. I mean, I saw the ideas of going after the rook, but I thought, well, I've got enough time, so let's get the pawn back and go after the knight. And I did see some of these other things, like knight b6 and then knight to a4, or rook to a4. And I saw these things. He played c6. Now I saw playing c5, which is actually the best move in the position, which I was expecting him to play. And if he had played that, I was going to play this. And just this center is just so tough to deal with. And then I can swing my rook over to this side, and I've got this kingside attack. That's what I wanted to play. He did not play that. He played c6, which to me was an interesting move. And I have to be careful here because the idea is to play what I played, which is going after the rook. And I have to be careful because he's going to play b5. And he played it. And I thought, well, I didn't realize it was a blunder, and it is. You know, he should have played c5, which I expected him to play as well. And at that point, I was just going to take the pawn, I think, or even push. I think both are viable options. But that didn't happen. I played bishop to a3, and he played b5, which is what I thought he was going to do. And I saw this in the game, and I played rook to a5. He played queen to d8. I played queen to d2, protecting my rook. He's going after it. Knight to c7, and I get the exchange. Queen takes f8. And rook to c1. Now here, I struggle with trying to come up with a plan. Now, well, not really struggled, but I was like, well, I think I should just probably go after this pawn. And I, you know, kind of made a quick move. you know, rook to c1, and I thought this was really good. And he plays bishop to e4, trying to save his pawn. I go after the bishop, and I expected him to move back and just kind of consolidate, but now he can't bring his knight in here, which I really like. And he played g6, because I'm obviously threatening checkmate. g6 stops checkmate, knight to e4. I'm really happy if he wants to trade off this bishop for a knight. And now I'm getting closer to an endgame, which I believe is winning for me. So he played queen to b4, which I saw. And I thought, oh, okay, well, now I can just kind of give back all the material, and these pawns should be very difficult to stop. Little did I know that as you get closer to, this was a blunder. Little did I know the closer you get to a queen and pawn endgame, the harder it is to win, and it's harder to convert. So what I should have done is just played queen to e1, protecting my rook, and I missed this move completely. I did not see this move in the game. I missed this all the way, which was really frustrating because I knew at this point I was like, I'm ahead, I'm playing extremely well, and if I can just hang on to this advantage, these pawns are going to be quite decisive. And he would come here, and I wish I would have seen this type of scenario, because to me this is just winning. And we would just trade queens, or I'd block, and then we'd go from there. But to me this is winning for white, and I'm still winning, but here is now drawing, unfortunately. And I go from a plus 2.8, which is essentially a piece up, to a drawn position. And I'm happy with my calculation and my tactics here. It was just the wrong plan because I had better. So this is kind of unfortunate, but so let's see how it kind of played out. Queen takes, rook takes, queen takes, and then queen takes. And I saw all of this with that, and then I thought, well, I need to create a spot for my king just in case, because he's going to come down here. I've got back rank mate issues. Don't want to just move your queen and then lose the game, so you got to be careful. G3, A5, and queen to D5 coming after this pawn. And though I have these two strong pawns in the center, I have no real way of getting them down without also and stopping these two pawns against my one pawn at the same time. So he played here, and he offered me a draw at this point. Whoops. Yeah, he played queen to c3, and then he made a draw offer. Now, I had 52 minutes left on the clock, and I sat for 12 minutes thinking about this and trying to calculate how to proceed. And the game at this point, could I play it out? Yes, but I could also play it out and lose. So I actually ended up taking the draw. Now, I'm not one to usually take draws. I really don't want to take draws. But if I try to take this pawn here, he's going to take this pawn here. So I have to stay connected to this pawn because I think it's the critical one. But if I don't try to disrupt this, he's going to be able to maybe pick this pawn off, and then he's got queening opportunities, and I could potentially lose this game. So I could not find a way to crack through, and the engine says right now that it is actually even. I saw, moves like this, trying to disrupt his king and get his king out in the open so I can get a bunch of checks, but none of it really works, and I think I took a good draw here. Now, Jim is 70 points above me, so taking a draw against somebody that's 70 points above you is not necessarily a bad thing, so I found that as a good thing. And knowing that I wasn't going to be playing the final round, I thought to myself, well, I can finish the tournament at 2.5 out of 3, And to me, this, and everybody I've played, I either got a draw. So 2.5 out of 3 is really good against all players higher rated than me. So at this point in the tournament, I thought, well, this is a good draw to take. So I took the draw, and I gained 70 some points. So now my rating has jumped up to 1720 as of June. So we are 80 points. We're closing in on Class A, where this series might be complete, to where we reach our goal. I'm excited because the next tournament starts actually tonight. The time I'm recording this is June 12th. So depending on when you see this, I could be pretty far behind with my posting because it took me so long to get caught up. But we start a brand new tournament today, and I'm excited to start to see how it goes and go further in our road to Class A journey. I hope that I can keep this momentum up. All the tactical training and tactical work I've been doing has been really helpful. If you're interested in all of that work that I've been doing, I'm happy to show my plans, and I'm happy to show what I've been doing. And I probably should do some videos about what kind of a study I've been doing, so you guys can see what that looks like too. Mainly it's just tactics and calculation. I'm working on the board behind me, and I'm doing my 7 circles training. So if you're interested in that stuff, leave me a comment down below. I'm happy to present it. And maybe we'll do a stream about it too if I get some time. But thanks for watching, everybody. We're making progress in our road to Class A. I have not plateaued yet, so I'm not sure where my I stop for a little bit, like I take a little detour or like a little rest stop, and then I keep going up. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to level off, but I'm very excited to see the continued improvement. So hopefully before the end of the year, end of 2024, by the time we reach 2025, we'll have reached Class A. So I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.